Give thanks and eyes unto the Most High Jah, Rastafari, King Selassie the First Emperor of Ethiopia, Jah and King. So a few years back I did a video called Keep Nyahbinghi Rastafari Alive, which is still on YouTube on my channel. So this is a kind of updated version to compensate for what's happened of late within Nyahbinghi. So basically, Fairfield House is a mansion type building in Bath where Haile Selassie I, Jah and King, spent a lot of his exile whilst in this country. So once he left, part of it was given over to Emmanuel Rastafari and Nyahbinghi to do some good works within. I've been there, I've taken my children there when they were younger, 2 of them anyway. And it's a special place. You know, you can feel that somebody unique, living Jah and King, has spent time there. His vibration is still there. Anyway, there's a WhatsApp thing going around by a brother called Bongo Dashi, who I give the most respect to. And he's outraged that Fairfield House is keeping events, so-called Nyahbinghi events, where you have some white drummers or some white people cooking food. And for him, and for me, that's straight desecration. Straight desecration. Burn all of them, right? Nyahbinghi is the last bastion of blackness within Rastafari. And now it would appear that it's been infiltrated already. I didn't nut up till quite late in life. I was 31, so I nut up in 91. And I remember when I was looking around at things, I could see that 12 tribes was not going to be for me because they didn't live any different to anybody else. I wanted to be part of something whereby it was a separation in terms of how we lived, what we ate, what we didn't eat, what we didn't drink, what we didn't smoke, the type of relationships we had. So I opted for Nyahbinghi. I've been to Ethiopia twice, and I remember the first time, you know, I was kindly taken to the 12 Tribes HQ in Shashamane. But I was sorry to see a white woman seething some meat or some dead thing anyway in a pot with some milk. It smelled disgusting. And I just knew, because here in London, not here now, because I don't live in London again, but when I was born and bred, and when I lived in London, I went to a couple of 12 Tribes HQ dances, and there I saw enough man with nats drinking alcohol, smoking tobacco with their white partners. And I was pretty much appalled. You know, a Union Jack being hung next to that of Ethiopia. Absolutely ridiculous. So I knew all that wasn't for me. And Nyahbinghi, again, first time I went to Ethiopia, I visited the EWF HQ as well, where I felt at home in terms of doctrine and knowledge and Jah and King and liberty. So I give thanks. But now it would appear that the last bastion of blackness within Rastafari is under severe attack. Now, why has this happened? Well, basically, it still comes down to the fact that the majority of us can't do success without white people in our lives. Some of us depend on white people financially. So, you know, if they're selling weed to white people, they're dependent. They can't be too strong in their views. For others, is that they don't love themselves and they're attracted by women of other races. Not that women of other races are not attractive, but if you love your own, and you should be attracted to your own, and you should deal with your own. End of. And also, I find too many of us smoke too much weed. We're lethargic, we're static, we're not getting on with things. So all this has allowed white people to penetrate our thing. I remember when I lived in Brixton, 25 years I lived in Brixton. I used to go to the health shop on Cold Harbour Lane, run by some not natty, but some matty white boy. And I was in there once and he's talking to a friend and he's saying, yeah, they're linking up later to do some chanting and what have you. And I thought to myself, why? It's like, is there anything white people see they don't want and they don't want to corrupt? Well, clearly not. So that's what's going on at the moment. What's the answer? Well, the answer is not to create another Nyahbinghi exclusively black movement out there. The answer is for you to deal with your individual trod. So within your individual trod, as a Nyahbinghi Rastafari, you adhere to all the doctrine, the liberty, no meat, no fish, no eggs, vegan, straight, no tobacco, no alcohol, no dating white women. So you live to that, and you live according to that, and you do your individual trod. Because at the end of the day, you can't be responsible for the collective, and the collective cannot be responsible for you. You have to be responsible for yourself under Jajafari eyesight. See? So, the answer, who for get bun? I go get bun. Who for dead? I go dead. Who I go live? I go live. Haile Selassie is Jah, Rastafari, Black Power, every hour, Jaja shower, Selassie, I know that.